It's Rock on the Range Live from the Grunt Style Artist Lounge with 99.7 The Blitz.
Live from the Grunt Style Artist Lounge, Hagar and Ronni Hunter with Shim here at the Artist Lounge. How are you doing, man?
Really, really good, man.
Yeah, you said this was the first interview of the day.
Well, it's the first interview of the day, and it's the first show of the solo project.
Excellent,
the
man.
first show we've ever done in front of people as for Shim, for the solo record.
Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to hearing some of the music. I just, actually 30 seconds ago, finished watching the video for Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Thanks.
That is amazing.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so was that your idea with the sock puppets? Where did that come from?
Okay, that came from when I decided what the single was going to be. I was like, all right, so I started YouTubing videos that bands have put out in the last year or so.
Yeah.
And they're all guys on a stage, guys on a mountain, guys in a room with weird lighting behind them.
Yeah.
With a band. And I'm like, I just can't do it. I just can't do the same fucking thing that I've done or that everyone else has done. And I was like, well, what would be different? And then I went, well, a puppet show would be different. And I just sort of like, oh yeah, it's a gag. And then I saw Sock Puppet Parody.
Okay.
And they do, have you ever seen these guys?
Yeah.
And so I saw it and I'm like, oh, that would be cool.
No way.
I Facebooked them and they were like, yeah, we've had a lot of bands say they want to make a video. I'm like, okay, well, I'll fly down to Dallas. Let's talk about it. I flew down and they were like, oh, you're here. Oh, you're really serious about it. I was like, yeah. So I came up with this idea for the video. I was like, I sing, guy come, little Shim. We'll have a little Shim come in.
Yeah.
And he takes over the video. Thank you very much. And Sock Puppets do the whole video and basically take over. And then we worked in this arc of kind of an interesting thing of the lead singer story, where the singer gets a big head and screws everything up, and then comes back and rocks the stage again. So it was an interesting kind of parody, because I remember there was a lot of talk when the Puppies split. Half the people were like, well, it's all Shim's fault. And the other half were like, oh, how could you do that to Shim?
Yeah.
And so it was this interesting dichotomy. I'm like, all right, let's just make fun of the whole thing. Instead of trying to explain or trying to do anything, I was like, let's just have some fun. Let's make a fun video and have some fun. And so we did it, and I'm really glad you like it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's the song and the video were awesome. I'm gonna have Hallelujah stuck in my head for the rest of the day.
Play it. You guys request it and play it. Just keep on playing it.
So it's got a southern rock sound to it, which is interesting, you being from Australia. But what is maybe the influence for that song, and then the direction that the new solo stuff is headed? Is it going to be a southern rock jam?
No.
Okay.
The direction of the record is, the direction of the album as a whole is as broad as the Puppies records have been. I always wanted to do really hard stuff and really soft stuff and everything in between. When I pick up a guitar, I naturally play southern bluesy chord progressions, because that's if you play on the piano, you're going to play piano sounding stuff. Guitar is really a country instrument, country and rock and roll based instrument. So I started playing this riff and I started singing the thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's a very simple song. It's 3 chords. 3 chords and the truth, they say, are the best way to write songs.
Yeah, of course.
So I just wrote the song, and it turned out to be the one that everyone liked, and then it was the logical choice for the first single. But it's not a southern rock record. It was really a conscious effort after talking to a lot of people who were fans of the band and fans of me. They said, you should release this song first to invite all of the old fans into your new project.
Yeah.
And
that's a good idea.
And so I wanted to give them something that was just for them. Just something that I wrote that was like, hey man, here's just a great old-fashioned rock and roll song.
Excellent. So I have one more song about the video.
Question about the video?
I
thought I was drinking.
Yeah.
You've had a few too? Okay, cool.
I calmed down at 10 a.m., but there's a little hangover in me. So
cheers, everyone.
Absolutely. One more question about the video. There is a sock puppet over your right shoulder, 45 seconds in, that says, "Have my baby." Was that your idea or their idea?
That was actually their idea. I wish it was mine.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do was make it as absurd as possible. I said he should have groupies and background dancers and the whole stupid thing. So it was like, all right, if they got groupies, and then the girl who designs, they call her the Puppet Master. She's got a name.
Of course, great.
Carolina. And she was like, oh, they got to have signs. They got to be holding up, "I want your baby," or "I love Shim," or whatever. And so we just went all the way.
Excellent. Ronni, do you have anything?
You've talked a little bit about how important. Sorry, I've been at the rock show for 2 days. I have no voice left.
No, me too.
Been talking about how Rock on the Range, this show was so important to you.
Oh yeah.
And talk a little bit about that, because this is really great to see you back out doing Shim.
Thanks.
You know?
Thanks. Well, Rock on the Range is, it's the biggest festival in the country. And it was always the anchor point for touring that we would do. It's where you catch up with friends, and it's got that vibe. And the reason that it was extra important is because I remember I didn't want to go solo. I wanted to start a band, and I just couldn't get it together. And eventually, I mean, it took a little longer than I wanted to. I've been gone for a little while, and eventually I said, all right, I got to just put something out, and I guess it has to be solo. I got to do it myself. And I remember I didn't want to do it. And I said, well, if I can book Rock on the Range, then I'll know I've made the right decision. And Rock on the Range was the first show we booked.
Yeah.
Really, we called around, and they were like, the people here were so gracious and so welcoming back. And they said, yeah, I didn't have a single... I put together the video and the song as a single because I booked Rock on the Range. I accepted the offer. And I was like, well, I guess I got to get my shit together. I got these songs written, but I should finish them and mix them and release them and do all that. I had 5 months to get it all together, and it was a great impetus to really get my ass into gear.
Yeah.
But I put the band together, got the whole rig together, got the show rehearsed, got the record finished, got everything done because of Rock on the Range.
You know, that sounds to me like you were just ready to go, and it was all in there. And once something dropped, like Rock on the Range, you were like, oh shit, let's do this.
Yeah, I really didn't want to take it. I called a couple of people. I'm like, I don't think I should do it. I'm not ready. And everyone said, dude, when are you going to be ready? Just get it on. And I had to swallow my fear. I was scared before I went up on the stage, man. I was in that quiet, freaky headspace. I was really, really nervous, man, because it's my first show, and it's Rock on the Range, and it's a lot of people, but everyone was so cool, and it was fantastic.
So when you started the process, you said you just started writing the songs, boom, boom, boom. Did you just kind of flow from one to the next, and it was all just coming out of you, or was it a little bit of a struggle?
It was 3 years. I worked on it. I've been writing since before I split from the Puppies, but I'm always writing songs. But like, I kept writing these songs, and I decided when I said, okay, I'm doing the solo thing, I didn't really worry about it. It was grace that all of these people said Hallelujah should be the first one. They gave me an idea of direction, because my direction was just, I'm going to put the best songs that I have on my record. Yeah. And some of them are slower, some of them are more heavy than other things. I've got guitar solos that I've never done, and I had to learn how to play them. Yeah. And I just said, all right, the best songs make the record. And so I picked the best songs over the last 3 years. Recording them was 44 days. So the decision to be like, oh, I've got to get it on, I went, okay, that was real quick, but the songs had already been written. I just chose the best ones, and I said, all right, hell or high water, I'm putting out the best music that I have and see what happens. That
had to have been really super difficult. First of all, it's like picking your favorite children, but you always have the other ones in your pool, so they're there, but deciding in your debut album as Shim, as the band, you know, like, which ones do I choose? And then the session of recording them all and how you want to tweak them and make them sound, and you know what you want in your ear. I mean, that you had to have been so uber focused during those 44 days. Yeah. Some of that maybe even.
Oh no, actually, I gave that up. I've been so clean. It's been so boring. It's been so boring. I've been so like going to the gym and eating right and doing all this stupid like boring shit because I remember I got to be the best that I can be. It has to be amazing. And I think that one of the things that the band in general, and most bands, I mean, they'll all tell you, like, after you've been on tour for a long time, you just get a little lazy. You do. You've been on tour, you run through the motions, and I'm like, all right, it's got to be fresh, it's got to be exciting, it's got to be the best thing I've ever done, because the worst thing that can happen, and we've all seen it, when guys come back after a break, and they're a little fat, and they're a little tired, and they're a little flat, and I'm like, no, this has got to be the most badass thing that's come out ever.
There's one person I would like to name as an example, but he's been slammed so long for so many years that it would just make me feel bad. Okay, Scott Stapp, whatever.
Oh.
What?
Oof.
Yeah, that's a tough one. No comment.
I'll show myself to the door.
So what's the game plan for today? Are you doing the new album front to back, or are you going to mix in some other stuff?
So I've already played.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's okay.
Earlier.
My bad.
I didn't know I was playing either.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it.
He's been stuck up in this room all morning.
The reason that I was so nervous beforehand, and now I'm just very relaxed.
Great.
I feel like I just had sex with the most beautiful woman in the world, and now I'm just like driving home.
Yeah. The sock puppet.
I'm like, yeah, I did it. It's good. It's done. But the record is finished. It's not mixed. I'm mixing it right now. The single's mixed. We played like 4 songs off the new record, and I played 3 Puppy songs because I wanted to really give everyone what they want, and it worked. It got them jacked up, but I was really appreciative of how people knew the new single, and they really liked the last song was a new song, and they were like, I love that song. It was really very humbling.
When I was preparing for Rock on the Range, getting some of the stuff set up for everybody, I had Hallelujah jamming in my office.
Oh,
it was
thanks.
awesome. I go, this is the perfect fucking song to listen to right now.
Thanks.
So thank you for that. I think
Hey.
it was like on repeat for about 2 hours, so that helped me out a lot.
Keep that. You play it on repeat on the station.
Yes,
That's great.
please.
Yeah, keep that up. Keep it
Absolutely.
up. Thanks, man. Thanks.
So I'm going to ask you a quick question. This is totally off
We don't need to be
base.
quick. I got all the time in the world, man.
Cool.
That's what I'm here for. Let's just.
Kick it back.
All right, so, all right, yeah, okay, cool. So everybody's got a favorite app. I like to ask people this quick. This is bad. Hold on.
All right, there you
So
go.
everybody's got a favorite app on their phone. Do you have a favorite app that
Yeah,
you?
Uber.
Oop.
I just Uber everywhere.
we
I don't
give away gift cards for Uber.
Brie,
I'll
I
have to
want.
slide you
I
some.
need some of that shit.
They're $15. We're gonna hook you up.
Yeah, give me like 20. No, I Uber everywhere. I don't have an address. I don't have a car. I don't have nothing anymore. I just work on music and roll around where I gotta be.
Life on the road.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Pretty much. So that would be my favorite app.
So another question then would be, you've been out in front of this crowd and you've gotten the good vibe and everything. Now you're headed out. Are you gonna go and walk around and see some other bands?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm actually bummed. I missed Tyler Bryan and the Shakedown because him and I go back.
Oh
They're
yeah.
so good.
But I missed him. I was signing T-shirts and doing all that cool stuff. So, but yeah, I'm definitely Tool, STP, Godsmack. They've got dope bands on tonight. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna check all those guys out. Yeah, I'm here to hang though. I'm gonna have a good time, man.
Me too.
Most excellent.
Yeah.
Listen, we worked our balls off for 2 days, and today I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
I've been working my balls off for 12 months. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Well, I do want to tell you something. There was a show you played when you were with the Puppies, and it was at Alrosa Villa.
You should get in on this.
And
I'll get in on this.
I ended up with your gray hoodie.
Really?
Yes.
You mean the what do you mean, like my personal gray
your
hoodie?
gray hoodie that you were wearing that night? You gave it to the bar owner, and I told him how big of a fan I was, and he goes, "You should have this. It's my favorite. I wear it when I ride. Just so you know."
That's so awesome and weird at the same time.
I know, it's so
love it.
like creepy uncle, right?
No, but I can dig it. It's okay because we're cuddling.
We're so cuddly.
I'm digging it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Shim.
Thank you, and thank
Check
you
it
to
out.
everyone watching. Please check out the video and blast that shit. Promote it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, man. Thank you. Live from the Grunt Style Artist Lounge, Ronni, Hagar, and Shim.
Yeah.
This is nice.